Oh, anyway, sige, we did not miss a lot naman. Sige lang, okay lang. So, ngayon ni-record ko na. Okay, sige. So, Aya.
Kaya mo
Aya.
yan?
We will help you.
I'll help you.
Ayan. Si Mary Ann, veterano na.
At saka gano'n naman you will never know until you try.
Yes.
True.
Hey,
That's really true.
Ako, ha?
Yes,
Yeah, we will
dear.
help you.
Yeah, yes. Okay. So congratulations, Aya. Let's move on now to Assistant Secretary. So because of the responsibility, we will be giving you your assistant. So Benz, sino na
It's
pupusuan mo?
Different from corresponding.
Yeah,
Iba
it
to,
is. It is
assistant
different.
niya. Somebody who will take the minutes in her absence. Kung minsan kasi absent yung secretary. Benz?
I haven't really thought of the assistant.
Pero meron ako nilista dito. Yung assistant secretary din natin last year. Yeah, itong year na to.
Annie.
Si Annie.
Si Annie ulit?
Annie ulit.
Yeah, kasi si Annie, yeah. I will let Annie say her piece kasi talagang we wanted her to assume more positions with more responsibilities. But Annie, you may unmute. Annie, you may unmute, please.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much for considering me. But unfortunately, like what I explained to President Leeds, I don't think I'm ready for it right now.
For
But,
for PE and the VP.
Yeah, for PE, of course. But for Assistant Secretary, yeah, I will be able to do that, and I will be able to help out.
Yes. I-close mo na.
Nakangiti na si Aya. May umiyak si Aya actually. Tingnan niyo, umiiyak na siya. Okay, so it's an acceptance, right? ASEC, Assistant Secretary Annie. Okay, so concurrence na lang for the record. All 21 of us for Assistant Secretary Annie. Maraming salamat. Round of applause for Annie. Let's move on now to corresponding secretary. So I just would like to explain, a corresponding secretary is in our bylaws, nasa bylaws natin. Just because we have not parang revised our bylaws yet, we are not considering not to fill in the position. We will still fill in the position, but with this proviso, may ano siya na corresponding secretary kasi by the yung job title niya will takes care of correspondences for the club, and then getting the communications from the club to other clubs. And normally, from our experience, the president really does that, and or the chairs of the respective committees, the IBI and everything. So in the past, we just fill in the position kasi kailangan natin fill in, but in terms of functionality, wala. So gusto ko i-fill in pa rin natin yung position, but clarify lang natin that it's the name lang, pero the other name should be parang social secretary. This person will be in charge of communicating with members internally, for special projects or social functions. Siguro number one would be just informing everyone of birthdays. So parang social secretary siya or sunshine girl. Parang she will take care of announcing to everyone na birthday ngayon ni Dorothy, birthday ngayon ni Jane, birthday ngayon ni Gina, and so on, So kasama doon because as you notice, we post birthday poster, di ba? Meron tayo every month. So that will be part of the job description of the social secretary. Tapos kung may mga Christmas parties tayo, normally siya yung nagsi-spearhead nun, mga social functions natin. Okay, tinutulungan niya yung presidente to plan it out. So, yun yung magiging function. So, please unmute yourselves. As I said, hindi pa natin matatanggal yung corresponding secretary. Pero, lalagyan natin siya ng tamang trabaho na yun na yung trabaho na yun. Do you agree with me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, please, unmute.
Yes.
Tapos, are you okay with that description?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sige. Para functional yung correspondence secretary. So the table is open now for nomination. Let's look around for somebody who can take the post. Hindi ito masyadong mahirap na
PE Benz will.
PE Benz, please.
I nominate Jane.
Jane Mia.
Mia.
Yes, Jane.
Mia.
Jane, please unmute. Naririnig naman tayo ni Jane, no? Jane?
Yes. Social, okay yan.
Di ba? Kayang-kaya ni Jane.
Kaya.
Jane, okay ka lang, Jane?
Benedetto. Akin eh.
Hindi,
Nagbe-break up.
parang medyo choppy ka.
Break it, choppy it.
Okay. Okay na ako?
Okay.
Yeah, we're hearing you good.
Okay. Just this afternoon, si Bendet tumawag sa akin. And then she told me that gusto daw niya ako maging social secretary. I don't know kung kaya ko yung responsibility because of my busy schedule. But pwede bang I will try?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Good. Very good.
Diba? It starts with trying. Maraming salamat, Jane. Okay, so let's give a big round of applause again. We have a corresponding or social secretary. Maraming salamat. Let's move on now. Treasurer. Again, medyo Benz, sino na pupusuan mo?
May I ask you again, Bing?
Treasurer Big, yes.
Okay na yan.
Nomination.
Oh,
Sarado na.
I promise Bendet that I will support her in any
capacity.
way I can.
Pati driver daw.
Pati driver nga eh. Yeah, sige.
Hello, driver pa.
Prolong. Yes, I would like to suggest an understudy because
Yeah.
B has been there for several years.
Yes, oo.
So I suggest Lita Makalalan to be the understudy of Bing, and then siya na yung
The assistant treasurer.
Oo, may assistant
Oo,
treasurer.
may assistant
And-
treasurer na. Last year, ganyan din si Lita din yung assistant treasurer
Yes,
siya eh.
Assistant
Okay.
pala.
Oo.
Assistant.
We
Yes.
have had Bing for
Yes,
three
yes,
bienniums
yes.
already.
Yes. Okay,
Oo,
so
it's about time. So, di ba, Bing? It's
Yeah.
about time to
Oo.
train somebody. It's
Yeah.
somewhat a difficult job, but you have to make tutok lang eh.
Oo. Tama.
yes.
Yun.
Oo. Para
Oo.
ma-enjoy naman ni Bing yung
Oo nga.
oo.
My senior years.
Oo.
Seasoned years.
Oo, pero may kasi siya.
tayo.
Talaga. Okay, so Lita
It's
and Bing,
yan.
okay. Treasurer and assistant treasurer. Okay, Lita.
Assistant na lang ako. Dami ko kasing obligations ngayon.
Oo nga.
I have the Batangas. Bing, tulungan na lang ulit kita.
Okay daw. Oo daw, Lita. Maganda naman yung working relationship.
Yes.
So,
Assistant na lang ako ha.
yes.
Assistant na lang ako
Okay.
ni Bing. Okay, thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much, Bing. Thank you, Lita. And thank you for the insight, Prolong.
Thank you.
We're hearing you loud and clear. Kailangan natin papahingahin din. yung
Yes.
mga mabibigat na ano. So, pero 2 more years being okay naman ding, no? For Benz, okay.
Actually, may ano tayo, may very good potential.
Yes,
Oh.
that's right. Okay.
In
And then, let's move on to auditor, yung mag-audit ng ating financial statements.
nominate LB.
So, same pa rin na auditor.
Same pa rin.
Tama naman,
We're
naging
training- we're
auditor.
training her.
Nako, LV, my
We're
gosh.
training her.
Oo, you're doing a good job. So, it's her second
Thank you,
year.
LB.
Meron pa kaming unfinished business ni IPP Ding.
Yeah, pero maganda kasi 2 consecutive bienniums, mahahasa talaga siya. Okay, so are we good for auditor, LV?
Yes.
Oo, ang
yes,
galing
yes.
So parang parang carbon copy lang ng ng aking set of officers except for the president and the PE ata and the corresponding
Secretary.
secretary. Yeah.
Corresponding tsaka
So and
recording.
the one final one would be the press relations officer, who will also be our pillar chair for fundraising. I'm sorry, public awareness. Press relations officer, siya din yung ating
Benz.
public awareness chair. Benz?
President Benz.
I nominate Ella.
Where's Ella?
Ella. She was there earlier.
Ayan,
Who's
Ella,
there?
Ella, are you there?
Yes,
Ayan.
Nalolobat po
Ella,
yun.
magaling ka kasi sa social media.
Marketing.
Yeah, so at saka it's not really that naman.
Chicken lang yan, Ella.
Chicken lang yan, Ella.
Hindi po,
Uy,
no problem naman po ako.
wow!
Except, oh, very
God. So may
Thank you,
member
Ella.
tayo na.
Po,
Maraming salamat.
PRO.
Press Relations Officer and Chair of the Public Awareness. Pillar.
Let me know na lang po kung gagawin ko, ano yung
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Okay, sige. Thank you very much. So that's it. We have filled in all the 9 vacant positions. So let's give ourselves a big round of applause, especially for the new set of officers. We will be planning our installation of the new set, of course, the new president and her cabinet in June, sometime in June, no? Benz, we will be giving you the floor now for the non-elective positions, no? That apat yon, the major ones, the 4 pillars for the sake of our new members. Membership pillar is in charge of recruiting, retaining members, making the club grow in terms of number. And then program will take care of the LYDA at saka DIBI program, dream programs ng ating federation. And the local programs, of course, Adapt a Barangay, Adapt a PNPW, CPD, and all our other special projects. So yun ang in charge ng program. And then fundraising, of course, that's the third one. The title itself is self-explanatory, and public awareness na fill in na siya. Our press relations officer, si Ella. So may I hear again from Bendet, kasi si Bendet will have kasi hindi na siya elective so si Benz na lang yon. Nakausap mo na sila, Benz?
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay, thank you for saying yes to me. So, and also to the following. Lita agreed to be the membership chair.
wow.
Wow.
O si Lita, ha?
And then for fundraising, Long, thank you, Long.
Wow, Long, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, siya yung humingi ng rest tapos nabigyan. Thank you talaga. Maraming salamat. Okay,
And then, so we have public awareness, no, Ella? For program, It's really what? Maybe we ask Director Sid again, but then it's going to be,
Oo, Sid.
there will be other people working with you, like maybe for Gabay, LYD, me and Tits, and then the IBIC,
Annie.
si Annie.
Yeah,
But
nakausap ko na rin si
overall,
Annie.
could you be the program chair,
Oo, okay.
Director Sid?
Andyan si
I
Sid.
want to try to train other
No, just overall,
members.
overall.
Because, I'm again part of the region. Baka naman
Yes.
gusto mag-train ng iba pa. I recommend Agnes.
Pwede. If she agrees na.
Agnes!
It is you. We don't want to shock the new members.
Oo, kasi
Hindi yan new member.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Sorry. What did you say?
I nominate tuloy. I recommend Agnes program. You will be the overall.
Overall lang.
Overall. Kasi may mga
may mga committee, may mga chairs na siya of the respective programs. PP Agnes. So, dalawa lang naman yung Federation Dream programs natin, LYDA at saka DIBI. Ang chair ng DIBI, si Annie. Yung naman, LYDA, si Benz at saka ako, tutulungan ko si Benz kasi she used to be chair. But because she's president, I will help her. And then, Gabay Kababaihan, which is tied really to our Adopt a Barangay, will be Mimi. And then, Adopt a PNP, that's parang special project yan. So, it will fall under the program chair na rin. Sa'yo na rin yun. Under the guidance, of course, of the president.
I have to review. You have to help me.
Yes. No problem.
I will help.
Oo, hindi naman masyadong mahirap.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, I will give the floor now for a short speech by our elected president for the Biennium, Benz. Your time.
Okay. I accepted the position because nobody wanted it, but I will do my best. And I ask wala yung gallery. And I asked the people who I thought would be effective in helping me. It's not being a president. To me, it's not really a one-man's job. It's everybody's. It's just the president is directing or maybe overseeing what everybody's doing. But I expect every member actually to do something for the club. So I look forward to and inspiration from each other. We hope to train the new ones too. So maybe we will have committees later on, and we will ask the new ones to head the committees. That's all.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you very much. So you heard our incoming president. Let's move on now to the second item. A report on the matibay na hanapbuhay from our focal person who's also in charge of purchasing, marketing, and the overall impact of the livelihood project so far. No? I will give the floor now to Director Sid Marquez.
Si Tresbing ang mag-report.
Ng financial, yes.
Everything, and then I will do the supporting. Kasi siya lahat yung nakakakilala dun sa
Okay. Oo. So, Bing, where are you? Saan si Bing?
I'd like to say initially that we had the seminar March 5 and 12, and we had 25 women from De La Paz, but we've trimmed down. Dito sa formal livelihood program natin, we only have 17 now. I consider a core group kasi they're very receptive, they're hardworking, and somehow we see the potential in them to hopefully we can do this livelihood for I guess for a long time, no? And I'd like to, this I already submitted to President Tits, already report on this because we were given only 30,000 through the grant from Governor Billy, but per the report, no, medyo umabot na tayo ng 50 because we had initially planned only one day, but we cannot pala do it in one day. So we had 2 days for the
Bing,
proper seminar
Bing,
proper.
I'll cut you muna, Bing. I would like to request PP Agnes to please share screen para makita nila yung sinasabi ni Bing na
Okay.
expenses natin for the livelihood project.
Ito ba
Medyo
yun?
mahaba eh. Yeah.
Ito yun.
Oo, yan. Okay. So, our first fund, Director Sid was given 10,075 to purchase our first patterns, our retazos that we course through our mentor, no? So you can see that 10,075 we had included transportation, we had the patterns, we have actually 2 patterns, a small and big. So we have, for the small, we have 200 each. 10 na yung binili natin agad. And then 2 pieces, big pattern kasi medyo mahal, 300, no? And there's what we call a lock that they use to lock the mats because they were doing it on the floor, no? So altogether, that was the initial fund, which was 10,075. And then for the seminar on March 5, we added another 25,000. And then for the second seminar, another 15,000 for a total of 50,075. The expenses are as follows. Of course, we had to feed them lunch and then snacks, bottled water. Lunch and snacks, we prepared for 50 people. That would include the participants, the barangay people who help us, and of course the SI members who were there. So that's a food expense was 12,150 pesos. And then with the suggestion of Kagawad Fanny Pido, the Kagawad in charge of the women, we provided shirts. They would always use wear the shirts during the Sundays that we meet, no? So that's medyo yun ang malaki, no? We also gave to the few helpers from the barangay and of course our members. So that's 8,454 and 4,500. For the trainers, we have 4 trainers. So we gave 1,005 for the head and then 1,000 each for the 3 members. So that's 4,500. The tokens we gave and we invited PNP Lieutenant Lani Richa and De La Paz National High School principal and head teacher, Miss Jane. So that's 2,000 pesos, 500 each, no? The materials care of the head trainer, Annie Jean Tolentino, plus that's may kasamang scissors and patterns, 2,400. Participants used to sit on while doing the initial weaving was 1,950. The transportation, we paid that transportation of the trainers, 800. Masyado makita, wait. And then more scissors and locks as we found out that the hirap mag-share kung ano kasi they use the scissor to while doing the weaving. Additional patterns and locks, another that's 1,410. Of course, we gave tips to the barangay staff and helpers at 150 each, no? That's 1,400. We bought ice, we paid for the tarp, and then of course candies. And that's for the first seminar and second seminar, March 5 and March 12. So March 20 is the start of the is the real start of the livelihood proper program. So we have to give again for the mentors token and transportation, and then we paid transportation subsidy for participants because they had this concern that wala pa silang kita but they were already spending for their transportation to go to the La Paz National High School. And then initially we already have a club cash out for the purchase of 13 ordinary mats at 20 each and 41 special mats at 30 each for a total of 1,490. So that's yeah, our total expenses.
Treasurer Bing,
Yes.
Treasurer Bing,
Yes, yes.
with your indulgence, can we move on to the marketing aspect already? Maybe we can just post this in our official for everyone to see. Are you hearing me? Oo, parang
Yeah,
ano, parang in consideration of time, can we move on? Yeah,
No,
thank
it's
you very
okay.
much. Can we move on already to how we are faring in terms of the output, the finished mats, and we balance it out with the cost that we have so far? For everyone's information, this is livelihood where we received livelihood project where we received 30,000 from the region, and then we are still going to receive additional 45,000 livelihood funds as incentive for our membership campaign, if you still remember, no? Oo. So even if we overspent in a sense, no? Because we took out 20,000 more from club funds, maibabalik naman yan by way of the 45,000 that we are getting for our membership campaign. And of course, mga return ROI natin from all the finished mats already. And that is what I am requesting Treasurer Bing to give a report on. Please continue. Thank you.
I posted it, but not in the official president page.
It's okay. You can just go through it very quickly, Treasurer Bing. How many mats and how much?
We already have 3. Yeah. We already had 3 Sundays that they were doing the mats, no? March 20, April 3, and April 17. So we have 17 participants. For the first, for March 20, our participants produced 54 mats. we pay them the amount of 1,490 based on the cost of whether ordinary or special. No, our expenses for that day was just the token for the mentor, Anagene, and the transport subsidy, which is 620. Second, Sunday, April 3, same 17 participants. We got a total consisting of different, may big, may special, no? We had a total cash out of 3,750. Ang ating expenses for that day was still the same, 500 for Anagene, transport subsidy of 180, and the big one is the retaso because they cannot produce kung kulang lagi yung retaso. So we paid Anagene 6,785 that they will produce for another meeting was last April 17 nitong Easter, no? So ang ating mats produced by the same 17 participants was 133 mats. Ang ating cash out for these mats was 4,060 pesos. And our expense for that day was only the 500 token for Anagene. So our total mats produced for the 3 days was 339 mats. Ang na-cash out natin to buy them was 8,890, and our other expenses was 8,000. So today, from March to April 20, we have total sales of mats to members. That's 17,610. For right now, all the mats have been sold, no? We expect delivery by Sunday. So the only thing that we spent from this total sales was the retaso again, which was given to Anagene Tolentino amounting to 7,000. Na ipoproduce na naman nila in time for Mother's Day. Oo, that's it. That's it. So this was just last Sunday. So makikita nyo na natin, no? With the produced mats of 339 from the time we started. May training mats pa tayong sinasabi dito, yung na-produce during the seminar but it's not supposed to be sold. But para natin sila bigyan ng income, we pay them at 10 pesos lang.
Yes, oo.
Yung training
Okay.
mat.
Yeah. So how much did we get for all the 369 mats? Treasurer Bing?
339.
339. 17,000 yon. Okay,
Ang
but of
sales
course,
natin,
but of course, there are still some payables being. Kasi meron akong kadi-deliver lang. Thank you, Director Sid. Meron pa akong hindi nabayaran because I just got it. So yung 17,000, yun lang yung paid for.
Yes.
May mga collectibles pa tayo. Okay.
Oo, yung na-receive, yung naka-receipted na to.
Yeah,
so
okay,
yung
good.
meron mat na hindi konti na lang yon.
Yeah,
so
oo. Kasi may 540 pesos pa ako. So well and good. Does everyone agree that we are starting on a good note for livelihood? Let's hear from feedback from in terms of product. Baka may kailangan pa kayong sabihin about how best to improve, how best to market, how best to purchase. We will give the floor later to our focal person, Director Sid. Maraming salamat for squeezing this in. I know you're very busy with the campaign also. So let me hear from everyone. You can just raise your hand, especially those who already bought some of the mats. O baka meron pang pledges to help us market the mats. Ella, I'm acknowledging you. Please unmute.
I can market the mats po, and also yung suggestion, baka maganda po na plain yung colors. Kung blue, all blue lang siya. All black.
I don't know. Tell ate again. Wait.
Okay, good suggestion. We will take it down, please. The suggestions, no, parang plain na lang, no designs. And it will be cheaper, I think.
May I
Yes,
answer
please, Director C,
No,
you the floor.
May I answer that?
Sure, sure.
Hindi tayo nakakapili ng colors kasi retaso yon in bulk. So whatever na ibigay sa atin, sinesegregate pa ng mga nanay. And then si Annie Jean does the combination na binibigay sa kanila.
Director Sid, ang suggestion ni Ella, kung pwede daw plain na lang. So halimbawa, kung blue, all blue. Wala
Yeah,
nang color combination.
We can try it. Pero yun na
Yes.
nga, we don't have enough materials of a particular color.
Yes, yes. Okay, that's also a consideration. Okay.
Yeah, but I will try. We will try.
Yes, we'll try. Okay, VP Edna, you have the floor.
Yeah, if you remember, we submitted a feasibility study for this grant, right? And I don't know this will be monitoring, but they requested part of that para may monitoring report eh. So I can go over this report with I'm not sure, is it being para we can report as we committed as part of the study, no? But I just don't know. It would be safer still to comply, di ba? Kasi they ask us for how we think we should be monitored. So let's just comply, I think. It's very simple if I don't have it.
Yes, VP Edna, I actually submitted. I actually submitted as part of GACA initial monitoring. So basically, I just informed the good governor that we're doing it this way. That 3 kilos of the retaso would make 1 large one and 3 small ones. Parang ganun lang. So that's our way of monitoring outputs. Parang ganun lang. So basically, that's how we do it.
Okay, so that's how we will do it. We don't need to report as we said in the report in our study.
So yeah, thank you very much. I am getting message from our SAM chair. Oh, by the way, I would like to acknowledge also for the next part, no, para ma-manage na natin yung time. Our co-chair for SAM, who will actually work as SAM chair. Hopefully, correct me if I'm wrong, VP Edna, Marian, no, di ba? After my biennium, she will assume chairmanship of SAM already. If VP Edna will be moving on to bigger responsibilities, that she has a work call, in how many minutes? So may we continue with feedback on Matibay after we've heard some report? Are you fine with that?
Yes.
Tapos, just for time management, I will do away with my president's report after just 1 or 2 announcements, and then we can proceed with adjournment already. Para hindi na rin tayo masyadong magabihan. I will give the floor now to the last part of our major item in the agenda, the SAM report coming from Chair of the SAM, VP Edna, and co-chair Marian. So who goes first?
Marian goes first.
Marian, okay. Yeah. So I'll give the floor now to Attorney Marian. Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have something to share?
Yes, may I share my screen, please?
Okay, so I'll make you
currently
co-host. Okay.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to medyo accelerated. Thanks for spending time, giving us time for the SAM program.
It's okay. It's okay. You do not have to hurry. Okay lang. Sige, take your time.
To just cover some topics, three main topics: the activities of our scholars, the financial report for this quarter, and then I will turn over to VP Edna for the proposal for next school year, which actually starts in between June to August, depending on the school. Just sorry, bang setup nito. Hang on, let me go straight to the. Are you able to see it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Um, all right. So as you know, and for the benefit of our new members, we have 7 scholars at the moment at in different schools, universities, and different levels. So that's putting faces to the names. Here they are. So Ginalyn Maligat, who is also working part-time. I think she is currently food crew. She is third year BSIT. And then Andrea Maceda is one of, I think, 3 who are enrolled in civil engineering courses. Rona and Jonalyn, Rona Lisa and Jonalyn, third year and first year. The twins, hindi lang sisters, Lanilyn and Chanelyn. Yan, rhyme pa talaga. Both freshmen. Angelica, another who was enrolled in an engineering course. Yeah. For those of you who were part of the screening program, you'd be happy to know as well that they have no issues in their academics so far. But let me go into the activities that they've been busy with this quarter. So I had a conversation with Margie, who helps us out with this program. Every month they have, they actually certain projects and initiatives within YES. So this is their January activity. I won't go into the great detail on the objectives and the details of their events. Yan, meron silang mga photo document in the past few months. As you can see, a lot of it involves creativity, expression. Perhaps it's also an outlet for their creative juices and a means for them to socialize with their peers and also to give back to the other YES participants. We have an English coaching program or English development program. So for this particular activity, they had a webinar on certain English communication skills they wanted to hone. Usually they invite, I understand they invite teachers from other external speakers. Out of curiosity, I asked if there was ever any SIA member who had been invited or at least recently. According to Margie, we haven't really been part of this. I just thought that this is actually a good opportunity should we ever have the bandwidth to help them out. So there's great interest in this, and I understand based on need and also interest. English coaching program. So January pa lang yan. February, beauty and virtue. Hindi po ito makeup class. This is more for self-development, boost their confidence, morale. Maraming participants yung activities nila. again, an English coaching program. So they cover different aspects of English communication skills. They held a pabasa this Holy Week. And that's it. Margie, how's the engagement of the scholars in these activities? And she said, while they're, of course, busy with their studies and some of them are working part-time, they have been able to participate actively. And they see it really as a means of giving back to the program as well, which I think is good. It's consistent with the objectives of the scholarship program as well. If you recall, we screened them not just for academic performance, but also for desire to serve the community. So it's a good gateway to doing that future. This is the financial report, just perhaps a quick one. So the 7 scholars, each of them receives 15,000 pesos for the school year. Ito yung allocation. You'll see the allocation there per month for expenses which were disbursed. By Margie was whether the excess, any undisbursed expenses, or if there's any excess of the fee, or it will be provided to the scholars or carried over to the following school year. I don't know, VP Edna,
Yes,
if you...
yes. We can discuss it. Okay. Yeah, good question.
By the group. Yes. Any questions?
That's it.
That is...
Co-chair Marianne.
Oh, sorry.
I'll go.
Sorry, I had forgotten a major issue which had arisen. Only, I understand, only 2 of the 7 scholars have laptops, are able to, and as you know, that is a really helpful tool for someone who is studying. Now, for those who don't have laptops, they use their mobile phones. And according to VP Edna, we were able to, the other one already has a laptop. So, and the 2 sisters can share, the 2 pairs of sisters can share. So the need really is for 3 additional laptops. Should we ever consider having a more deliberate or programmatic initiative to help them meet that need, considering that it component of their education. So something for discussion. Again, of course, we are not obliged to do so, but it has been, and they are not expecting this either, but something for discussion by the group.
Okay, so you may unmute yourselves. Thank you for the first feedback would be the laptop first, no? Sorry, I have not really attended to the laptops, but as I already mentioned in our previous meetings, I have 2 here. It just needs to be, anong tawag doon, technically, parang ibalik siya sa dati niyang all the files backed up and deleted, diba? Reformatted, yes. Oo. So thank you very much, co-chair, for that very comprehensive report. Maybe yung mga questions about this can be addressed by constant communication with us, no? Kasi like ako, I forgot about the laptops already. So siguro just to advise the YES team, because I know you're also busy, maybe Margie Lu, to get in touch with us. So that's for the laptops. Number two, even for helping out in the English or whatever tutorial sessions, I am very willing, if I have the time, to do webinar on math. Siguro kung kailangan nila ng math. I think Mimi and the other trainers in English can do the same. And the final one that you brought out, yung extra money at the end of the year, will it be given to them or carried over? I think we already discussed it. It will be carried over, no? And at the end of their scholarship, when they have graduated already, whatever is accumulated through the years that they've been our scholar will come as a graduation gift to them. I will give the floor now to you kung gusto niyo pa magsalita, otherwise to our SAM chair, VP Edna. VP Edna.
Hi. Comment about the laptops. We are considering, we mean used laptops, because we're thinking that many of you may have used laptops. So that is where we can get others to use the laptops if you don't. Let me proceed now. So I think that was the discussion of the existing 7 scholars. So what are our plans for the coming year? President, can you please make me a co-host so I can share the screen?
Yeah, okay. I'll do that. Gallery muna kita kasi hindi ko makita yung tatlong ano.
Actually, I already enabled multiple sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Can you see it now?
Yeah, we're seeing it now.
Okay. Okay, sorry. This is okay. So I'd like to go through what are our plans for the coming. I'll go briefly because actually this was already presented before, but we need some confirmation before we proceed. So in the previous meeting, we said that our vision continues to be to invest in more lives and to give more girls a better chance at life through the scholarship. So we already established that we like to continue support for existing 7 scholars, and we will get additional new scholars. So in line with this, we started the application process. Both in, there are 2 areas where we get scholars. One is from the Sampaguita village where the YES, the partner of Soroptimist, it resides. So we have applicants from Sampaguita and applicants from our other partner, which is De La Paz National High School. So we received 9 applicants from Sampaguita and 7 from De La Paz. We've already closed the application process. There's still some missing documents, as you will see in the succeeding slides. Letters are kind of small, but for Sampaguita, we have 9 applicants, and most of the applicants here are already in college. Quite a number of them are in private schools. So I expect that because of the COVID and the effects on the families, even those who are in private schools are also having a difficult time in college. In a way, it's good for us because our financial requirements will be less if we get someone who is already currently in college. So these are the other 4 from Sampaguita, also already in most of them in college. We have 1 who is still in high school and thinking of applying also to From De La Paz, we have 7. They're all in high school and in various stages of applying to government schools. We encourage our scholars to enroll in government schools so that our financial assistance can be more meaningful because they are in support already of their schools. And these government schools will not require tuition, any tuition funds. So all in all, we have 9 and 7, that's 16 applicants. So what are the next steps? Currently, our partner, which is the YES, the YES for the information of the new members, is another organization that has also a youth program, and that is why our club partnered with them so that the component on training, leadership formation of our scholars will be done with the help of the YES. Okay. So the YES is now helping to process the applications. This is mainly desk work now until we go to May, because in May we are proposing to have an orientation for the applicants so that they know what they're getting into. Because our scholarship is in a way different because we are not providing formation of leaders. We go through such an effort to screen also the applicants. So in May, as I mentioned, we will have the orientation. Then after the orientation, we go, the YES will be conducting and coming up with a list to endorse to the club by June. Once we have a list of their endorsed applicants, then the club goes into a final selection. As we did last year, we had a group of, I think, 4 or 5 interviewees for the final selection, where we already select our final scholars for the coming year. Then the succeeding months, we will have the orientation. So in the coming month, sorry. For the orientation, we have 2 dates here that are proposed, May 15 and May 22. Sundays are proposed because weekdays the students are in school, and some college students, some of our applicants are college students, have classes that Sundays are our best days to have the orientation. The orientation is, in the orientation, we have the club is the main facilitator for this orientation. Then it is in this orientation that we meet first time the applicants. And we also have here in this orientation our 2 partners, the De La Paz National High School and also the YES. Okay. So there are 2 dates here just for you to think about, but I think when we select the final date, I would like to talk first to those who will have parts in this orientation, and I'm sorry we didn't have time for this before we announce the final date. But the members are all invited to this orientation day, and please attend because it also gives our involvement in this project to see a big group of representation from the club. Okay. So what are, I think the newer as part of this discussion are, we now have to face the financial implications of the sound. Okay, the vision is there, the passion is there, we believe in it, but there are financial realities, and along with this passion to help the scholars, we need to also put the financial support for it. Okay. For the academic scholars, for the scholars existing, imagine that we just started a year or 2 back, and we already have 3 graduates by next year, okay? Andrea, Ginalyn, and Rona. Okay. The remaining 4 will be graduating in year 2025. But for these existing 7 scholars, for this coming year, the funds we need for them are already there. I heard from Bing a while ago, we have around 180,000. And we need 220 to bring them all the way to 2025. So I think we have just about 45,000, and I think it's very safe already that their scholarship funds are already provided for. Okay, the implication of this this discussion is really more for the fundraising chair. Provide for that needed funds. Okay. So the bigger question now is how many additional scholars do we have? Okay. It could be, we in the last meeting, I presented 5, but I'd like to either confirm it or to be sure that we understand the implications of this, especially for fundraising. If we have 5 additional scholars, in addition to the funds we already provided for the existing scholars, we need additional 75,000 more for the coming school year. It's 15,000 for each
Times
scholar.
5.
Yeah, times 5. Okay, and to bring them all the way to graduation, but I mean, this is still such a long way off, but just so that we have this in planning, in this perspective in our planning, we need 300,000 to bring them the additional 5 all the way to 2020.
2027. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For if we this and I were tossing, if we have less scholars, how much less, we need only 45,000 for next year, and a total of 180,000 to 2027, 5 or 3. So sorry, I keep doing this. Let's say traditionally, the way we've done it is through general fundraising, and this was a very successful fundraising through fundraising chair Lita. Before we raised a substantial amount of money that really helped us in our initial program for the South. But last year we started getting club members donations, and this was equally well, surprising, because a lot of our members willing to give money for the funds, for the scholars funds, and so this is also a source of our funds. A special approach that we were thinking of is right now the funds go to a general amount, general bucket, if you call it. Then we use this to withdraw from this fund slowly as we need it. But an idea was also raised that maybe friends or corporate sponsors to sponsor one child. Okay, let's say if we have one child to sponsor, then for 4 years we need 60,000. That's 15,000 per year times 4. Then you have a sole. There's a 1:1, one sponsor for one scholar, and the commitment is 60,000 for that person, but it's 15,000 per year. If we this kind of special arrangements, then it also simplifies our work, because we know that one scholar has already a committed sponsor for the rest of her college. The other advantage is that we can make it more personal. I mean, if you are the sponsor, then you have a scholar, then the relationship can be even closer, because you know your scholar, and your scholar knows you. And I've had we've also is to be very effective, that there is a relationship that is formed. And of course, I think the way it will turn out also is that it will be a mix. It will be a mix of traditional club members, donations, and perhaps in this coming year, we can start this special approach. Okay. So perhaps we can end up with a decision or confirmation, because we also need the numbers as we are going to the final screening stages. Initially, I tossed, let's have 5 new scholars. But now that you know the financial implications, especially for the fundraising, we can also have 3 scholars in addition to our existing 7 scholars. So I think at this point towards making a final decision on the numbers. President Tits?
Okay, so let's go back to gallery now so that I get to see everyone. Maraming salamat. I know it's 10 o'clock already, and ayoko talaga kasing mapagod kayo, but I would like to express my appreciation, Edna, for that wonderful report. Thank you, Marianne. She already left. At saka yung future project natin. So I know it's too parang unfair naman to force it on everyone now, no, to really pinpoint a number. So is it 5 or 3? So with your concurrence, with your permission, may I call for a special meeting with PE Bendet, kasi si PE Bendet, mamanahin niya tong program na to eh. And alam ko na as an educator also, this is one project that is close to our heart. Talagang kasi during the pandemic, doable talaga siya. And we're seeing good results, no? Just like Matibay. So with your permission, kasi 10 o'clock na, will it be fine, some Chair Edna, that I schedule a meeting only of with members of the core ng SAM core, so that will include President Benz, kasi magiging program niya na ito eh. This will really be implemented during her biennium already. And of course, Treasurer Bing, the directors of course will be there, current directors of course, and then myself, and just to decide once and for all, of course the fundraising in charge. That will not be Lita anymore, but Lita, please join us as well. It will be Long already, kasi si Long na yung ating fundraising chair, so that we can really decide our commitment. Kasi alam ko at this point, medyo gabi na, it will be difficult to really make a commitment, no? Without seeing all the aspects, especially the fundraising aspect of it all. But looking at it, I think with Bing's report, Bing, umabot na ba tayo ng 200,000 sa veterans ngayon? Because you reported only 180, but it's for March end, right, Bing? But I know other pledges are coming in also. Bing, you may unmute. Yeah, yes. So, ang ibig kong sabihin, we are safe with the 7 scholars that we already have. So if we decide on even the maximum of 5 scholars, that will just be 75,000. Now, doable because we can only think of the short term. The problem actually is thinking about the long term. So yun yung ibig kong sabihin. So if we can really go into the nitty-gritty of it all and make a decision once and for all, because we have the benefit of really meeting the people that will be involved in the SAM program, then we're in good hands. So are you okay with the idea na we may not discuss it now? Pwede natin, I can set a special meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will
Okay.
be before the start of May kasi meron tayong timeline. Okay? So thank you very much. Format, balik tayo sa matibay. I would like to give the floor to some of you who may have reactions or you may have suggestions that you would want considered before we go to the adjournment already. Director Sid, you have the floor. Sid?
Coming Mother's Day.
Pagkapakiulit mo pa, please.
Yeah, in addition, because we are planning to have gift sets for Mother's Day.
Yes. Oh, nakalimutan ko. Sorry about that. May notes ako dito. Do you want to take it up already?
Yeah, yun lang. So, minamadali ko lang yung paggawa ng mga mats.
Kasi May 8 yun. Yes.
May
Oo.
8.
Tapos kailangan pa natin i-market, no? Oo. So we have 1 week na lang before May 8. Okay. So ang ano kasi ni Director Sid for the gift card, yun lang naman, tama? Yung gagawa ng gift card, Director Sid. So our beautiful Aya, are you still there? Please unmute. Aya, are you busy now? Yung design lang ng gift card lang, yung it will look like the usual card siguro, it will be half of this size, parang kalahati lang. Tapos bubutasan lang na, kasi di ba yung ating Mother's Day mats, so it will be one large and one small. It will cost 250 for the mothers. Tapos kailangan lang lagyan ng gift card. Parang a gift made by mother for mothers. Parang ganun yung catchy ano doon. Tapos we can give it as gift, so to whoever. So may lalagay lang na to. Maybe we can discuss the design na lang siguro in a separate meeting. I just need a commitment kasi we need somebody who can do it for us in terms of design. It doesn't have to be very
Simple.
Oo, simple lang. Can we ask you to do it?
Okay po.
Yeah, okay, sige. So pag-usapan na lang natin sa matibay natin na group chat, Director Sid, with your permission, yung design. Okay? Pwede na natin mapag-usapan. So with that, I hope na address natin lahat yung mga concerns. I'm sorry talaga if I'm kinda hurrying this thing up. Okay? So one last one. With your permission, I just want kasi my president's time to be included as part of our minutes kasi that's my duty every time we meet. So with your permission, will it be fine that I just post this sa ating group chat and then please just read it and you tell me okay with me to be included in the minutes para I can give the same copy kay Mary Ann. So it's basically about the DIBI webinar that we had. Kasi yung report ni Ann kanina, hindi pa nangyari yung DIBI. So I am now reporting na nangyari na, and these are things that already transpired. Like, we already have a DIBI club. Parang mga ganon. So that will constitute part of my report. And then of course, other things like we already had our induction of members. So okay lang ba sa inyo yon?
Yeah.
Okay, sige. And gusto ko lang, alam na ninyo na I already submitted our GACA reports, of course, because I posted this. So the one last one that's going to happen in the future. So future events, please take notes. We're going to have our regional biennium conference. So SIAPR biennium conference. It's going to happen on May 27, 2022. That's a Friday, a whole day affair. Okay. No definite attire yet, but it's going to be a whole day affair. It's biennium. Therefore, we will be meeting our new governor. But because of this, ito lang yon. It's still subject to negotiation. Hindi pa tayo nagbayad, but every attending member is required to pay 3,000 for a virtual conference. So
Bakit ganun ka malaki?
exactly the same the same reaction. Virtual siya 3,000 pesos. So
Tapos pay lang.
what we did as a district, through Didi Dorothy, we wrote a letter to the governor, copy furnished the host of the conference. For your information, the host is the West Central Luzon District. No. Tama ba yon? Under Didi Lali Eleazar. Okay.
Greater Manila.
Greater Manila, GMD, Greater Manila District. We wrote them na bakit 3,000? Paki-explain nyo because our members are not encouraged to attend because I can speak for everyone. Diba? 3,000. So,
virtual.
oo. And then, ngayon, okay. Ang deadline dapat for early registration, April 15. Tapos na. But I did not bother you with announcing anymore because we are still awaiting the positive response from the governor. But sad to say, she's busy campaigning for Hasman, who's running for re-elections as vice governor of Aklan, no? Of Aklan. So, status lang tayo. I am not forcing any registration from everyone, keeping our fingers crossed na they can explain fully why we should pay 3,000. But even then, kung kasi you will be paying for yourselves. Only one member will be registered. Compulsory kasi yon, registration. And pero gusto ko kasi that we show support for the incoming governor because she's a member of SI Mandaluyong, our district, one of our clubs in the district, and she has been very supportive of us. Talagang friend talaga siya ng I would like to. So kung pwede natin mapababa. Last year, mid-biennium 2,000 lang So ngayon 3,000. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan. Okay, so yun. And then another one, SIA conference naman. So for our new members, if it's local, so Optimist meeting, it's called a conference. But if it's federation-wide, SI Americas, it's called a convention. Our convention will be on July 22 to 23. Again, virtual siya. Supposedly sa South Korea sana siya. Pero hindi siya matutuloy. So, July 22 to 23, again, meron tayong compulsory or mandatory registrant at $375. Again, kino-contest namin. Masyadong mahal. So, hindi pa tayo nagbibigay. Pero dapat may compulsory kasi may one free attendee. Ang attendee natin is our new president. Kasi July, presidente na natin si Benz. But even then, we have to shell out about less than 20,000. Kung magiging $400 siya times 50, 20,000 agad yon. Okay? And then for other members who will be attending, $145. So multiply nyo by 50, di ba? So
52.
Oh, 'di ba? By 52. So, yun yung announcement. So again, let's pray for enlightenment for everyone, our Optimist leaders na sana we encourage more members to attend by bringing down the cost of registration. So, with that, I would like to go to our birthday celebration. I am lighting my thank you very much, dear treasurer, for the cake. Ito yung nagpapasaya sa atin every month. I hope, ito na yung cake ko.
Ito na.
I hope our dear President Bendet will carry this through her biennium, yung pagbibigay man lang ng ng gift. Birthday cake.
Oh, picture na.
Picture na para matapos na. Happy birthday. And then ito.
Konti na lang. Nawala na yung iba.
Oo nga, sorry talaga.
Hindi tayo nakapag-picture ng madami.
Ay, oo, wala pa tayong picture.
Ayan, hindi ka nag-picture kanina.
Picture ka na, Bing.
May picture ka ba? I-on ko lang to. Sorry.
Picture na, Bing.
Akong ilaw.
O, Sid.
Ayan na.
Ay, wala si President.
Eh, si Bendet pa, kumukuha ko ng cake.
Where are you, tits?
I'm here.
Bendet.
I just got my lighter.
Mary Ann, wala rin.
Nawala na si Ann?
Yan, may
Oo, yun lang yung disadvantage, no? 2 hours, talagang mahaba talaga yung meeting natin pag pag may mga Okay. So, thank you very much. Happy birthday.
Bendet.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Long Benz. I am also lighting another candle for
Ayan na si Bendet.
Benz, 2 candles for another candle for Myra. Oo, please. Okay, si Benz, mo na.
Picture
Oh,
na.
picture muna, picture. Ay, tumayo si Benz.
Wala pang
Maliit na yung candle ko.
70.
Ala, sige na. Game na. Naubos na yung
Blow na.
Tapos na, natunaw na yung kandila.
Wala. Sige, sabihin mo, iangat na lang niya yung candle.
Picture.
No, na kayong dalawa. Maubos na yung candle.
Okay, blow na ako.
Ayan.
Ayan na si Benz. Okay lang, medyo nadiinan ko lang siya, nalibing ko lang siya.
Okay lang, wala akong light.
Ay,
Tita.
Meron,
Ay,
pero
nasisihan mo.
Oh, sige.
okay.
Erase mo na lang yung dalawang cakes.
Yan. Yan, okay. 1, 2, 3. Please share my wish with me.
Where's the cake? Ayun.
Okay.
Yan, ready.
Okay.
Ay,
Yan. 1, 2, 3.
Put it up.
Oh, picture
Put
muna,
it up.
picture muna. 1, 2, 3. Sino na kumukuha ng picture?
2, 3.
Wala.
Sino kumukuha ng picture?
Aya.
Aya is the one.
Aya, thank you, Aya. Okay, blow na. 1, 2, 3.
Ito ngayon lang nag-on ng video.
Bakit taas? Yan.
Ay, Chato! O sige, kasama si Chato. Isang picture pa. Okay
Ay,
lang,
nawala.
kunyari,
Ayan.
na-blow na.
Ayan.
Thank you.
3.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Happy
Okay.
birthday.
Thank you. Oo, thank you talaga very much. I'll write you very
Thank you.
nice.
Happy birthday
Thank you.
po.
Okay, so for our next general meeting, we'll have it 3rd Thursday. Would you have it evening ulit? But let's start at 7 o'clock.
7 na?
Ha?
7, let's start at 7 o'clock.
Oo, sige, para tapos medyo short na to. So, let's have it May 19. That's the 3rd Thursday of May. 7 o'clock. Madelay man tayo mga 10 minutes, makakatapos pa rin tayo before 9:30, ganon. 'Di ba?
Okay.
Sige,
Good
thank
night.
you very much. So closing prayer to be led by our April 15 birthday celebrator, Benz.
Okay. Still our hearts and minds and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Loving Father, thank you for enabling us to successfully hold this meeting. It is inspiring and joyful to see the smiling faces of everyone present. Thank you for their well-being. With grateful hearts, we thank you for the guidance, wisdom, and discernment you have provided us during this general membership meeting, specifically for the guidance in choosing the officers and leaders of Suroptimus International of Antipolo for biennium 2022-2024. May you keep us focused on our mission and vision of helping empower women and girls in our community. Empower SI Antipolo, particularly its leaders, in this advocacy of helping women and girls. Heavenly Father, our Lord and our God, may you continue to guide us to be unified in purpose and will in order to uphold, promote, and defend the ideals of Super Optimists. Lead us, Lord, to the direction where we can do our collective best to bring to fruition the mission and vision of Super Optimists. Grant that we may realize our dreams, expectations, and goals according to your divine will. May your divine assistance remain with us always. Bless abundantly the Surreptimists International of Antipolo. We pray also for the end of the war and may peace reign in Ukraine and the whole world. We lift up to you the health condition of Dina, Benny, and Kurt. Touch them with your healing hand. For your honor and glory, we ask this in the name of your dearly beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Thank you for fair, honest, and peaceful election. And we're praying also for Bobot that he continues to serve the Antipolo community. And for your other intentions, pwede nyo pang sabihin before we formally adjourn? No more na? Okay, sige. Do you want to hear my wish? My birthday wish?
Sure.
Sure daw. Biro lang.
Sure.
Sure. Thank you talaga. Okay, so I now adjourn the meeting. Okay, good night. Have a restful evening.
night.
Mwah. Oo,
Good
have a restful
night.
evening and then kakain pa kayo.
Night.
Yeah,
God bless.
okay. Cha, namimiss kita. Ano ba yan? Hindi mo pinapansin yung mga messages ko, Anit. Kumusta ka na? Oh, it's so nice to see you,
Good.
Bing. Ang
Sleepy
miss na
already.
kita, Bing. Kausap lang kita kanina. An, maraming salamat.
Thank
Anha.
you.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you for
Gina,
saying it.
nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Gina. Benz, Mimi, napag-usapan ka namin kanina.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yan, bye-bye. Mi,
Okay.
kumain ka na, Mi?
Ayan.
Kumain ka na?
Kain
Mi,
ako ng kamote.
oh, good. Nagka-ano ka? Nagdidieta ka? Mi, are you leaving for the States? Baka?
Si Trisha muna. Trisha is leaving with
When? Definite na yan?
July. Nakabook na siya. July.
Kailan?
Si Trisha will go there for the whole month of July. July to August. One month siya with Maan.
Okay. Oh, that's
Tapos,
good.
kami,
Nag-graduate na siya kasi, di ba?
yeah, but that's before she takes the board. So mag-umpisa siya mag-review doon. She'll be back for the boards, I think, in October.
Oo. Actually, we thought of asking you kanina because kaya nga nag-meeting for you to join sana to pay program. Kasi yun ang sabi ni Ben. Sabi ko kay Ben, more likely baka hindi. Kasi hindi pa niya tapos yung church niya.
Ang goal na matapos namin by January next year. Hindi pa pumapasok yung pera. So, but then I keep getting assurance from many people here na basta daw makita na nila may mga poste na dyan. Ang daming milyonaryo dito eh. Kaya
So you mean you haven't reached by your goal?
With the money from the previous administration, we got 9M from there, and then we were able to raise about 1.5 from our end. So nagkaroon kami ng 10.5, but we spent 2 million for the titling, for the transfer, the deed of donation.
Mahal pala ng
Oo, kasi we
title.
had to pay arrears sa taxes. Kung hindi, at saka RPTs. Kasi kung hindi, na-auction siya.
Yes, oo.
Actually, pag na-auction, cheaper. Basta nakita ka sa
Kasi we had to pay for the arrears of the taxes since 1986. From 1986 up to the present, we had to pay for that. Tapos, yung mga alam mo na yung mga expeditious requests na meron kang
Oo, can also cost you, no?
Yeah,
Talaga.
although when we presented the expense to Monsignor, sabi niya maliit pa nga yung ginastos ninyo eh. Kaya ano, so I mean for the property that we donated, that's 1,622 square meters. So sabi ni Monsignor, mura pa nga daw yung ginastos namin. So yun. So pumapasok naman yung mga donations, continuous lang yung appeal namin, and then we're adding masses. Sa misa lang, nakakakuha na kami ng collection eh.